Marketing is a mathematical equation, not an emotional decision. You see, the question is not if Facebook ads will work, it's when it works and how that looks for you. If it was easy, everybody would be running a 7-figure brand, but it isn't. It takes passionate leadership, smart operations, and powerful marketing to truly win. And with the right frameworks and mindset, anything is possible. You only fail when you decide to quit. When life gets tough, you get tougher. When the campaigns tank, you get wiser. When it feels like nothing is working, you push harder. And when you're winning, you remember that feeling. Strive for greatness. Don't settle for average results. Fight like your family, team, customers, and business depend on it, because they do. This is the E-Commerce Alley.
Hey, happy January 11th, everybody, for those of you that are celebrating something today. Which, speaking of, you know who's celebrating something today? Jake, do you know who's celebrating something?
I do know who's celebrating something. It's one of our very own. Someone near and dear to our hearts. I don't want to spoil it, Jake.
All right, I'll spoil it. My wife, Kelsey Coffee, it is her 29th birthday. So if everybody will just throw some love in the chat, go ahead and put like some balloon emojis or a cake emoji. She likes ice cream. I would definitely throw that in there if possible. It is Kelsey's birthday today. So today is a special live stream. And so I figured what better way to celebrate her birthday than to analyze and optimize websites.
She always asks for that every year. She's like, you know what I want for my birthday? I want to analyze and optimize product pages and home pages for e-com brands every year.
And if it can help them make more sales, that is her only birthday wish. So, well, hey, it's so good to see everybody. If you could, let us know, where are you calling, or actually not calling, where are you watching in from? I want to see who's the furthest, because we have people kind of all over the place. The group has grown a ton. We're a little over 5,000 people strong right now, which is awesome. If you have not attended these live streams before, we do these every Thursday. Except if it's a holiday or something like Thanksgiving, we probably won't do it. But we do these every Thursday, and we're doing things like website optimization. So we're gonna show you our checklist, kind of what we go through. We call it the website grading scale, and then the fixes that you can optimize your website. So if you haven't been here before, welcome. We're here every week, and we're excited that you're part of our community.
Well, we have people coming in from all over, mostly the country, but also all over the world. Let's see here. We have Brandy from Kentucky. We have Jana from North Carolina. The LeMay Family Farms, which I believe might be on cue today for Louisiana. Candy with Utah. Tabitha, California. Carrie Punches coming in Ohio. Represent OH. I'll just assume you said IO. David is from Australia. I don't know.
David wins.
I don't even know what day it is in Australia.
David won. It's pretty early in Australia. I think Australia is like 16 hours.
Yeah.
Like Melbourne, I think it's like 16 hours from us. So that puts it at 4 a.m., something like that.
Whoa. Wow, early.
It's pretty impressive. Yeah, man. All right.
Arizona, Topeka, Kansas.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Well, hey, we're excited to have all of you. Today we're going to be going through some different websites. We have 5 that we have queued up. We get a lot submitted every time, but what we're going to do is we allocate about 7 minutes per one. So Dylan's going to throw a clock on once we kind of dive into this, and we're going to spend 7 minutes per website. The goal is, as I go through, we're going to cycle between a home page and a product page with 5 different websites that we've kind of drawn out of a hat here, and we have them queued up. And so we're going to go through 5 websites. As we're going through this, my advice, look at it and say, hey, what could I take and what can I apply to my website? And when I'm looking at this, I'm always looking from a standpoint of conversion. There are really cool things to have on our website and all kinds of bells and whistles, but the reality is if we're working on a marketing, we're trying to make them effective, the goal is ultimately conversion and also increased average order value. So that's the lens of which I'm gonna be looking at everything through. Speaking of lenses, we're gonna look at this through the actual lens of what we call the website grading scale. So the website grading scale is very simple. We're simple people here. We like to keep it real nice and easy. And when you're looking at a website, there's kind of three different angles you kind of look at. You have the messaging clarity, you have path to purchase, and you have branding. And so very simply, if you're looking at your website, on a scale of 1 to 10, and you are being really honest, ask yourself, how clear is the messaging that I have on my website? How simple is it to complete a purchase? We've done so many, we do these about once every 4 or 5 weeks maybe. And we've reviewed so many websites over the last couple of years that sometimes you can't even check out. Like there's a pop-up or there's a little chat button after the cart comes out and you can't even click the checkout button and you don't even realize it, and then your ads tank and you're wondering why, and sometimes it's just a technical error. And so we look at messaging clarity. Is it easy to understand what's being sold, who it's ideally for, and how to take action? Is the path to purchase easy or is it complex? This is usually a little bit more technical. And then the final piece is the branding. Does it really tie in? Is it memorable? We're not gonna really evaluate it as much on the branding. We're gonna focus more on the messaging clarity and the path to purchase. Now, as we go through these, here's what happens. You say, hey, I need to work on my messaging clarity or path to purchase. What do I actually need to do? So because we've done this so many times for the last 10 years, we've kind of learned there are some fixes to the different areas. So we have messaging fixes, path to purchase fixes, and branding fixes. And we even label them by impact. So we got high, medium, and low. And in the notes here, I have exactly what that means. So for example, if I'm looking at clarity, or clarify your free shipping threshold in the sticky banner or in your cart, what that means is the sticky banner at the top of your website is a prime space for clarifying your free shipping threshold as well as other promotional messages during promo sprints, i.e. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. And then we have kind of notes on what that actually means and how to apply this. So as I go through these 5 websites, we're gonna spend 7 minutes on each, and I'm gonna invite everybody to rank the website on a scale of 1 to 10. And I want you to drop that in the comments. As soon as we go to the page, I'm gonna ask everybody to do that. So whoever's getting reviewed, you're gonna get some real vulnerable, honest feedback from people that have never seen your website before, which is, by the way, cold traffic. So it's perfect. And if you're wondering, how do I get this little messaging fixes, path to purchase fixes, branding fixes, and all of this good stuff, we're gonna make this really easy. If you want this spreadsheet for our website grading scale fixes, just drop in the chat grading scale. That's what we'll do. We'll go grading scale. Drop grading scale in the chat. If you don't already have this, if you do, we don't have any changes if we sent this out last time to you. So if you want it, drop grading scale in the chat, and then Andrew will fire this over to you once we're done with this session. All right, cool. Let's dive in. So what do we have on tap today? We have 3 or 5 different websites, and we're gonna cycle between a homepage review and the product page review. These are the primary 2 pages you're likely gonna be driving traffic to, and they're your highest traffic pages. Home pages are usually the most trafficked pages unless you're driving traffic to a specific landing page or sales page or product page, which is the most common place we're driving. So we're gonna kind of shuffle between the two so you can get ideas as to how you can improve your different pages here.
Yeah, well, we'll make mention too, we had so many amazing sites that submitted for reviews. I don't know if you said this earlier, Josh, but we do this training at least once a month or so, I'd say. So if we couldn't get you this time, do not worry, you can always submit next time. But as Josh mentioned too, many of these things that we'll go through are across the board applicable to your website, so you'll still get a ton of value. But yes, if we couldn't get you this time, keep an eye out.
Doesn't mean we don't love you less. Don't worry, we promise.
We still love you.
We love everybody equally, all right?
But it's when we can only dedicate 7 minutes, we try to be real. So rock and roll. Let's do it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna start with 2giraffes.ca. Now, just so everybody knows, this is this is gonna be like raw review here. Like this is the first time I'm seeing these pages, so you're gonna get my eyes on this. And this is like what we do in coaching sessions when we're working with our clients in group settings. Like we're gonna be analyzing and going through this funnel. So let's go ahead, get ready to start the clock. We're gonna go with 2giraffes.ca. And here's what I want everyone to do. As soon as I land, I'm not gonna scroll, so we're gonna stay above the fold. And I want everybody on a scale of 1 to 10 to rate the page we land on based on messaging clarity, meaning do I know it's being sold? Do I know who would probably buy this? And do I know how to take action? Those are the 3 questions we generally ask. And so 2giraffes.ca, and let's start the clock. All right, not scrolling here. What do we have? Join our zoo. Oh, you can join a zoo. I like that.
It's maybe for zoo memberships?
Zoo memberships. All right, I will exit.
With only giraffes.
First thought, real quick, while everyone's dropping this in here, is the pop-up came up way too fast. I'm gonna delay the pop-up by 10 to 15 seconds or upon like 40% or 50% scroll on the page. Side note. So that said, I'm gonna go ahead and leave this running for a hot second. Drop on your own rating, 1 to 10. What do you give this? Do you know what's being sold? Do you know who would ideally buy this? Do you know how to take action?
Okay, yeah. So far we're gonna have, looks like we have a 4, a 5. Yeah, this one's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what everyone else will feel about it, but also a 6. Someone just said "Mommy and Me," another 5. So looks like it's kind of mid for floating, probably average 5, 6. We also have a 3 and 8. So 8's a little bit.
So
higher.
this is like all over the place.
Yeah, this is interesting.
This is all over the place. All right. So this is not a bad, like above the fold. It checks like some of the main boxes here. But there's also a lot of stuff going on. So if I look at this, welcome to 2 Giraffes. So one thing we want to do, this is critical real estate right here. Welcome to 2 Giraffes, children's footwear. But there's probably, I see primarily boots here. So boots, shoes, toddler, accessories. Oh, but never mind. It looks like there's a lot of different ones here. But the question I'm gonna ask is, children's footwear is really broad. What type of people are buying this? And how can I speak to them in a way that really resonates with them and makes it about them? So when I say, like, for example, welcome to 2 Giraffes, in the most loving way we can say this, nobody cares about you. No one cares about your company. They care about their pain. They care about what they want, right? They care about those types of things. And so welcome to 2 Giraffes is this opportunity to use this critical real estate on your site that everybody is seeing right there to call attention to what you sell and who it would probably be for. So I'm gonna workshop the headline here and the sub-headline. Now on a sub-note here, this sub-headline, I love that it's the branding colors. However, it is hard to, it's hard to read. It's really difficult to read the sub-headline here. So I'm going to work on clarifying this. I'm also probably gonna shop now. We do have a call to action. That's good. I love that above the fold. But I'm gonna consider, instead of a video, I'm actually gonna consider, images. And the reason I'm gonna consider images, and I'm gonna widen, by the way, I'm gonna make the featured image area behind that taller so it takes up more space. And the reason I'm gonna use images in this particular scenario is because I see 2 giraffes, so of course everybody, your first time when you think of giraffe, what do you think of? You think of nature, you think of zoo, you think of animals. And so if I see people walking, although the boots are the highlight, I'm not quite sure that I know that right out of the gates. Like pretend I'm not reading anything. I see welcome to 2 giraffes. It almost looks like it could be a path that I'm just kind of like walking on, right? It could be like walking trails or like a zoo or something like that. So if we have imagery that really shows the product, it creates a greater degree of clarity. So if I'm looking at the website grading scale, clarify your featured image on the homepage, I'm gonna check this box here. Now you do have a call to action above the fold. I'm gonna check that box. Focus on pain points, desires, questions, or objections that they might have. I'm probably gonna come and I'm gonna work on this right above the fold. Or actually, I'm sorry, the clarified headline on the homepage. I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna work on this. Now let's go ahead, let's check out a couple other things. Visit us in Willow Park Village. And I see there's another little sticky bar here. There's a lot of stuff going on. And so I'm actually gonna say, hey, how do I choose one to really focus on? So like if you're only trying to push local business, then yes, focus on visit us in Willow Park Village. But if you're like, hey, I'm trying to grow online, I'm trying to sell this product all over the United States or all over Canada, right? If you're trying to sell this in a larger demographic, then I'm not gonna focus on something that's local. I'm gonna focus on clarifying free shipping threshold. So I'm gonna say free shipping over on orders over $125 or free local delivery. I'm gonna really highlight this. We've done tests and we have seen that if you don't clarify your free shipping threshold really, really easily, you're gonna lose people. And the reason we do it in this sticky banner right up at the top is because some people will land here, but some people will land, oh, I guess it does technically show it here. It's just kind of hiding there. But some people will land on a page, and that's why we like to really make sure that this is clarified wherever they land. You do have it here, I'll be fair there, but there's a lot of information going on. So I'm gonna focus on simplifying that personally if you're trying to sell outside of just a local area.
And I'm curious too, what does it look like on a mobile, Josh?
Yeah. Let's
take a good old
let's take a look here.
mobile
Okay,
gander.
cool. So we have this here. Oh, it does say free shipping on orders. It does hit it here. Personally though, we have two things and we have this. I'm gonna throw that. I wanna make that the primary focus. If you wanna keep this, I'd flip-flop that. Visit us in Willow Park Village. That is probably less priority than the free shipping threshold if I'm trying to sell outside of a local area. But let's keep going here. And I'll keep going in mobile. So toddler, shoes for the pre and early walkers, shoes for the everyday play, boots for every weather play, accessories. Okay, so this is actually really good here. Highlighting right out of the gates, highlighting some of your collections here. That's a really good move. It's kind of pick your own journey. I love that. That's fantastic. Coming down, seasonal styles. We have these here. It all starts with the first steps. Okay, we have some text here. Okay, then this is what we call the junk drawer, by the way. All the stuff that if you need it, you'll find it. Let's go ahead and I want to do something here. I want to go back to the desktop. There's a lot of information going on up here. There's a lot in the nav. I'm going to focus on simplifying the navigation here. So when you have a lot in the navigation, you can create this decision fatigue. So let me find simplify navigation. So less is generally more. Ask yourself the question, what's the general entry point somebody's coming through? Like, do they need to know all of these brands? Do they need to see gift cards? Do they have to see about us? Do they have to see home? Or do most people know to just click the logo and it kind of takes them back to the home page? So I'm gonna ask the question, like, how could I simplify this to where I have like 3 or 4 options, not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 options, because that is a lot of options going on here. All right, coming down here, I see quick buy, I see the brown, I see, oh, by the way, Dylan, do we have a counter going?
That's our counter.
Oh, that's the counter noise. You didn't do the, oh,
I thought
okay.
we had the Halo 1 minute.
I thought we had the 1 minute remaining. Okay, that's it, everybody. Hey, round of applause for 2 drafts. So is that it officially? Give me the thumbs up if that's the new sound.
All
yes,
right. I guess that's our new official sound.
That's the new official timers.
I think that was Reed in the group had posted that. So Reed, we really appreciate you submitting your website, and hopefully there's a lot of great comments too. By the way,
yes.
I'm not sure if you're here or not. If you are, read those comments or just go back through and check them out. But yeah, we appreciate it. Looks like an incredible brand. So very cool.
All right, rock and roll. Hey, well, let's keep on moving here. We're gonna jump to thenatureboost.com, although we are going to a product page here, brain and focus formula. So we're gonna hop right in here. Everybody, scale of 1 to 10, we're gonna drop, product pages, by the way. A little bit easier to know what it is. So if you know what it is, who would probably buy it, and how to take action, go ahead and drop your number 1 through 10 and go. Let's see what we have. Brain and focus formula.
Well, I know the Nature Boost is in the house. They've
been very active in the group. I have seen
dropping a few comments, so we appreciate you submitting the site as well. Well, let's take a gander. Let's see.
Nootropics.
I'm not even sure. I didn't get a chance to kind of check this out ahead of time. I usually try even a little bit, but I didn't even get the chance to take a peek here. Also, product images look good. Not sure if that was even that might have even been a comment for 2 giraffes, but these product images do look good as well. You have the supplements kind of. See, Cami says 5. This one is kind of interesting. Again, product pages are a little bit easier as far as what they are, but I think more about on kind of what it does might be. Even a quick 3 bullet point would be great. A 7, a 6. From a snapshot point of view, yeah.
So I'm actually going to give this a pretty good rating. This I'm probably throwing up to with an 8 or a 9. And I'll tell you why. So first of all, you notice up at the top, now it's cycling. So free US shipping on orders 50 plus. So we're clarifying the free shipping threshold in here. We have the product imagery is good. Like the product imagery, this is really what you need for supplements. So this is fantastic. Great job on the product mock-ups and the imagery here. The price right in here, in stock, ready to ship. I mean, this is pretty good. You have the USPs right up here, right? Free shipping, easy returns, 100% satisfaction, gluten-free. You're calling attention to these USPs and the things that the objections people might potentially have. Great job on that. One-time purchase or subscribe now and save. This is perfect. If you have a replenishable product like supplements primarily are, having the option to subscribe is fantastic. Give them the one-time or the subscribe. Because obviously the goal would be to say, hey, how do we get more people subscribing? Well, the best way is to simply offer it. Great job on this. Now, the one thing I would have docked some points here for is it's brain and focus formula. How do we grab some description? So the description is clearly tucked in here, which by the way, the text on here, I'm gonna go back to some branding fixes real fast. Readable fonts, maybe size and typography, I would consider that and ask yourself like I'm not sure the type of ideal customer that would be going after this. I'm gonna assume this is someone that really wants to have like good focus, maybe entrepreneur, maybe someone that's struggling with like brain fog or something like that. If it's really small text, it can be really hard to kind of see that. I'd consider taking the description, by the way, and I would chunk this out into different toggles. So for example, you have the ingredients. The ingredients I'm gonna put as a separate toggle because that's something people are quickly looking for. And sometimes they may not click over here to really think about this. So like if I'm coming in here, let me just show you real quick. Let me go to another example. Path to purchase. I'm gonna toggle in, where's my toggle? It's in here somewhere. Tuck product specifications into a tab versus a description. So I would have some different tabs in here to clarify this. This is a great looking page though. I'm gonna pull up reviews. Above the fold here, I do see reviews down here. So I'm gonna pull these right up top. I'm going to, let me add to cart. I'm gonna try something here. Fantastic, this is great. I'm not sure who owns this. Who owns this, by the way?
I'm not sure. They're just in the group as the Nature Boost. So.
Oh, Nature Boost, great job. This is called a cart pop-out drawer. Mm-hmm. Having a cart pop-out drawer is wonderful because it allows you to do things like this. You have these little bumps in here. You can just add this to the order. It also shows you how far away you are from free shipping. Boom, great job with that, and you could check out. The other reason I like this versus sending people straight to the actual cart, or the checkout page if I was to go here, is that if you force them to the checkout, they're only gonna buy one item. But if it has a cart pop-out drawer, they can continue the shopping experience and you'll usually see a higher average order value. So great job there. Great job on the add to cart. It's bold, it's really calling attention to it versus like an outline. You have shop pay in here. Let me keep going down. Oh, one final thing. Above the fold, go to your description, pull out what are the main benefits of this. Now to me, this is more of like ingredients, specifications. Yeah, so keep your focus sharp and energy high with our natural nootropic brain and focus formula. How do we say that in 1 to 2 sentences? Maybe like jazz it up a little bit for more of like the ideal customer you're going for, and how do we pull that out right here? Because I see brain and focus formula, but I'm gonna lean into like, okay, let's call attention with a little bit more explanation of what that is. And then also, how many days is this for? That's another thing a lot of people are gonna ask. So I see 60 capsules. Is this 2 capsules a day? Is this a 30-day supply, 60-day supply? Those kinds of things are gonna help people make decisions a little bit faster.
I know the dropped in benefits are in insights below on the page on the picture.
Oh, perfect. Oh, this is great. So I really like this. I am gonna pull some from here. Pull some of this, throw it above the fold here, just so we can have it. 50% of people do not scroll below the fold. So if they don't see it, it's like it never happened. But some are gonna come down here. This looks great, kind of calling attention to this. In my opinion, you already have used the product mockups up here. This is now where you lean into the lifestyle imagery and getting people to imagine what brain and focus starts to look like when people use it. How do you have images of people with like great clarity or smiling and like how they might feel with it? Now, their stock images that look super cheesy, but then there are also imagery that you could probably find or source or take yourself that would look good here, that would kind of, and by the way, use your ideal customer.
1 minute remaining.
There it is. Use your ideal customer as the person on here so people can begin to connect with them. If this is athletes, great, show an athlete at the gym doing like a squat snatch or something. If this is entrepreneurs, show an entrepreneur kind of on the go or somebody traveling, or who is that ideal customer? I wanna try to get them to resonate with this. Okay, nootropics. Okay, we're showing more of this. That's good. I love this. The lion's mane, mushroom, perfect. Yeah, so the bundle, the pre-built bundles, wonderful job. And then we have the reviews down at the bottom. And then of course, you may also like, this is a really, FAQ, this is a really good product page.
Really quick, two things that I'm actually there's some comments coming in about it. The first is the discount. I also found that confusing. You stare at it for a few seconds, you'll figure out that it's $3.90 discount, but how it displays on there,
it looks like it's $3.90.
Or is it an entry-level offer for $3? Because that would be insane. But also maybe some confusion there. Oh, there's our timer. But the last thing, really quick, a lot of comments about the black checkout page. So the checkout actually having a dark background.
Hold on a sec. Let's pop
over
here.
there just for one extra second. Again, this is all preference. Was not if we go to checkout.
Yeah.
So it's a preference thing. It's either or, but I find
personally, yeah, I'm actually gonna I'm gonna reverse this. I wasn't paying attention. I backspaced real quick. I am gonna reverse this. So there's a guy by the name of David Ogilvy. He's like one of the godfathers of advertising, and they worked with all the largest companies you've ever known. And David Ogilvy back in the early mid 1900s, when they were like doing like everyone's figuring out advertising and figuring out all kinds of stuff, like what's copywriting and how do billboards work and how do like mailers work and everything. And they did a huge study, and they found that when you had light text on a dark background or dark text on a light background, like a white background primarily, the recall rate, meaning the memorability and the in that time, it was all about recall rate because they were trying to get people to take action from like printouts that they saw, was like 75% higher. And so if you look at this, white on dark is actually really hard to read. If someone's like eyesight isn't super good, maybe they need your product to get the focus and they can't have it, so it's kind of hard to read or it looks fuzzy.
That was good.
That will actually help clarify it a little bit, make it a little bit easier. I'm gonna reverse this personally. That is preference. You could probably run a split test on it. I haven't. I just say, hey, how do most people behave? Plus, this is like all white, and this is a super clean feel to it anyway. Yeah, so I'm gonna kind of continue that parallel.
Well, there's your extra minute for the Nature Boost. We'll send you an invoice for the extra minute of consulting, but outside of cool.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much.
Heck yeah.
We really appreciate you letting us check that out.
Everyone give it up for the Nature Boost. All right, drop a nature emoji.
We're assuming you're all clapping wherever you are.
Yes. Heck yeah. All right, let's go ahead. And there were, by the way, I just skimmed over some things. I would still go through here and say, are there ways that you could consider improving some of these different areas, like refunds, returns, exchanges. Although you say it in the tabs, you may want to actually have a toggled tab that explains it in more detail, right? That this is how that actually works, how your guarantee works, etc. Oh, it looks like we have a little anonymous turtle in here right now. Somebody found it. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and let's keep moving on here. Number 3, we have affordable portable products. Let's do this. We're going to the homepage. I'm not scrolling. Number 1 to 10. Everybody drop in the chat. 1 to 10. Do we know what this is? What's being sold? How to take action. Let me maximize this.
Affordable portables and Camp Corral. So I will make mention here that campcorrals.com is also another URL. I believe they both lead to the same page that was submitted. So it's affordable portables or campcorral.com. But as far as ratings go, 4, looks like we have a 5, a 3, looks like another 4, so it says horse training, a 7 coming in, a 6, a 2, so all over the board, surprisingly. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, I'm gonna look at this. So there are some products that if you are not the ideal customer, to be really fair, some products are a little harder to understand. It took me a while to kind of figure out what it was, but then I figured out, like, hey, Camp Corral, like, or it's a portable corral, traveling easy with horses. This is great. The problem is it's so far down here that you can't really see it. I also am curious, what does a mobile look like? Let's do mobile here. Okay, so it gets to it a little bit faster on mobile here. Oops, I'm sorry. Let me reopen this. So, couple things here. First, I'm gonna figure out, like, let's get a logo because this starts to blend into this navigation right here. It's just really blend in. Next thing is, if I'm looking at this nav, let's really work on simplifying it. Let's work on saying, hey, jewelry and gifts, policies. How many people are actually looking at the policies? So with the website, these are what we would call junk drawer items. So just like we all have a junk drawer in our house, there's stuff in it that you know if you need, you'll find it. So for example, if someone needs to know your privacy policy, everyone is trained to scroll to the very bottom of your website and find your privacy policy. So this is down here what we call your junk drawer. And so if we use the main navigation for junk drawer items, we're adding a lot of confusion to the mix. And we want simplicity, and we want people to go through our process in the way that we want them to. We don't want them to get like all over the place or have this like decision fatigue. So I'm gonna take these policies, they're already down in there. If somebody has a question about any of these, they're gonna go ahead and scroll to the bottom. The blog is also gonna be one of those items. Blogs are junk drawer items. Usually they're for SEO or for you to send your email list. Most people aren't coming to your homepage and then saying, oh, let me go read your blog. That's the reason I'm here. If so, they probably are coming from an email or organic right to it. So I'm gonna go through and say policies, I'm moving down there, blog, I'm moving down there, even about us, I'm moving down there, but I would integrate the about us on your page. So I would like integrate it into this page somehow. Home, I'm gonna remove it only because most people know to click on the logo to go home. Now Camp Corrals, again, create that logo because it blends right in with this, which does make it kind of confusing. For the free shipping deals available now. Let's clarify this a little bit. So what does that actually look like? So free shipping on orders over X dollars. That's the easiest way to understand. Amazon has normalized free shipping. So if you're gonna do it, and I highly recommend everyone does, have a threshold that makes it actually worth it for you. So when it says deals available, it means that some things aren't available for it and some things are, or maybe it's under a certain dollar amount. If so, whatever that is, let's really clarify that right up in here. Okay, so down to the featured image area. This is the prime real estate that we could really do some damage and really like hone this in a little bit. So as you noticed, it was scrolling relatively fast when I'm like up in here. So boom, we have 1, 2, 3. So it's maybe 3 second transitions. It's going really, really fast. Instead, I'm gonna lean into how do I focus on the best seller or the most general message about what we actually do? So like ready-made corrals. This is really good. I'm gonna like front and center some of this copy, and then of course you have the image back here, so that way the call to action is above the fold on desktop. I know it is on mobile, but we really want this to be above the fold on the desktop. But let's keep going here. We offer 3 corral types: ready-made, DIY kits, and modular corrals. Shop modular, shop DIY. Okay, so we have these call to actions here. Offer 3 corral types. I'm gonna make sure that these are kind of all centered up here, easy to understand. Before, after. Let's make the headlines, we really need to draw attention. Like if this is a collection, let's really draw attention to the collection of the types of kits in here. So ready-made, DIY, and modular. Let's make this larger just to really call attention to the fact that these are collections. Reviews, I'm gonna lean into it. I don't know if you have a reviews app. Let me click into the reviews real fast. So it looks like these are manual reviews you've received. I'm gonna lean into getting actual reviews with a review app. It's been standardized and people trust them more than they trust manual ones. So when people see manual reviews like this or testimonials, you could have just thrown anything in here. So I'm gonna really lean into saying, hey, what app do I use? Like we like stamped.io, there's judge.me, I think smile.io. There are a couple different apps out there that allow you to create the reviews and then aggregate those reviews on the product pages. So I'm gonna really lean into having some reviews here, but not taking up so much real estate with all of these reviews. Like we could have a little section that says, 5 out of 5, 4.9 out of 5 stars from 112 reviews, and then have a couple reviews horizontally that get cycled through, but I'm not gonna take up this much real estate with these. I would rather use this real estate to focus on one of your best-selling products, or focus on your story and why you created this and who this is ideally for. I would use some of this real estate here to really focus in on that. Made in USA, woman owned and operated, veteran employer. These are all really great things you could probably tie together into a little about section with like a photo of you or a photo of you and the family or a photo of you and your operations or whatever that is. I'm gonna lean into that just so that way it kind of humanizes the brand just a little bit more. Anything you want to add to that?
No, I think it's actually looks like a really cool product. I would agree with everything. Like, how do we get those benefits sooner? Clarify it, clean it, and there's a lot of really good comments coming in as well, just about oh, there's a timer, but making the footer a different color and giving visitors kind of a page break. A lot of comments regarding the name, affordable portables and camp corrals. Any confusion? To be fair, we're not the demographic, or so that might make sense in that. But no, there's and actually. She dropped in that just lost power and internet to watch the replay if possible. So yeah, go back and watch.
It'll
the replay
be live, don't worry.
And actually go back through and read some
Recorded.
of these comments as well. So you'll be good to go.
Awesome. Sweet.
Rock and roll.
All right, sweet. Guys, we have two more. We're going to do product page for Spot Detergent, and then we're going to end with LeMay Family Farms. I think that's the meat. That's the meat one.
Oh yeah.
They posted that, and it was like dinner time, and I'm like,
I know.
I shouldn't be looking at this.
I know. I love. Yep.
All right, we're doing a product page here. Not moving, 1 to 10. How do you feel about this? Clarification. Do we know what's being sold, how to take action, who this is for? How do we feel about this above the fold?
Let's check it out. Okay, so out of the gates, looks like we're seeing some lower numbers. So we have a 1, looks like a 2, a 4, a 3, some middle, a 6, but generally 2, let's see, another 3, a 5, a 1.
All right.
Overall, looks like our averaging out, I would say strongly maybe 2, 3.
All right, so here's what that means. It's only up from here. It's only gonna get better, small tweaks. This is gonna improve a ton here. Spot Detergent Sheets, fresh scent. Product naming conventions are really important. How a product is named changes a lot of how the person feels when they're reading that. So I'm a huge fan of productizing our products. And what that means is like, rather than like what it is. So Spot Detergent Sheets, fresh scent. I always look and say, hey, how do I make this apples to oranges, not apples to apples? Because if I copy this and I go to Amazon, I could paste this in and get 28,000 options for this. But if this was a specific branded, like, I know Spot is the brand, but if we kind of like really lean into like a branding of this, it will feel a lot different when you read the name of it. Now it does have customer reviews up here. That's great. We have reviews above the fold. But from a product standpoint, I'm just kind of looking, or the imagery standpoint, this feels more like a UGC, but I'm gonna try to lean into more of a, if possible, more of like a graphic design or like a product mock-up, because it looks like, obviously they're detergent sheets, so it's kind of hard, right? But it looks like UGC, it looks like 3 sheets of paper. So how do we put it in an environment that I would be familiar with? Like, how do we even if I held these up, how do we do this with like a washing machine in the background to really be able to make sense of it right out of the gates? Or do we even need a hand holding these? Do we want the package? Like, what's the packaging look like that it comes in? And then can we say how many sheets come in it, or how many loads this will actually do? Now the next thing is, I'm gonna simplify this. This is a lot of text. This is a big old paragraph. So we're gonna want 1 to 2 sentences. And part of the reason we wanna do that too is because now it's gonna bring the call to action above the fold. Because right now, the add to cart is below the fold. And so if we can clean this up, it's gonna pull it up. The other thing is, pricing here. That's a pretty wide range. It's almost 2x. So I know it says 120 loads, 180 loads, 240. Obviously, it's gonna vary based on the total number of loads. Oh, this is great. I'm gonna lean into more of this. I would lean more into that type of imagery versus, this type of imagery versus holding it up. This is exactly what I was thinking. So I would make this the primary image as a side note here. And then I'm gonna have this show the price of what it is. So there's like 2 duplications here. Either remove this or remove this. and then have whatever they select show the actual price of what it is. That's kind of the first thing here. Let's keep going. I'm going to add to cart. Let's follow this process. All right, so this is a direct push to add to cart. And I'm going to show you one little thing here. So under path to purchase, let me see. Consider a cart or a pop-out cart drawer. When we push people directly to the checkout, here's the problem. They're gonna buy one. But if it pops out from the right and we have this little, or it pops up on the screen and they have the ability to keep shopping or to just exit right out of it, it's gonna make it a lot easier. It's gonna make you're gonna have a higher average order value if you simply do that. So I'm not gonna send them directly to the cart. We're gonna go ahead and have a cart pop-out drawer happen right there. Scrolling down here, there's just some things I'm gonna clean up. Like the SKU is Spot Fresh 120. The category is detergent sheets. My hunch is that most people don't care about these two things. In the most loving way I can say that. No one really cares about what the SKU actually is. So I'm gonna take that, keep it on the back end. You need that to operate. Most people are not going to need that. Now, as we look at the description here, works in all washers, powerful. So it's like we've tucked a lot of information inside the description area. You could almost just remove these toggles right here because this is like the sales page right here. So these just make it a little bit confusing in my opinion. The little imagery is really nice. I like the imagery here. It shows the use case of this, makes a lot of sense. That's all good. This just feels very out of place. I'm gonna remove that. This is also a lot of text. I'm gonna simplify some of this text. This is a lot of text. Most people are skimmers or image reader. They don't wanna actually read. So I'm gonna remove a lot of that text, keep with the imagery. And then the other thing is, I'm sitting here at the bottom, but there's nothing else. Like I would take these we're gonna take these reviews and we're actually gonna put them at the bottom so they're easily accessible, that people can find them down here. But there's no footer, so it makes it feel like this page is less legit. If there's no like actual footer there, it feels like it's like something's broken because people are so used to that. So I'm gonna clarify, I'm gonna work on this. I'm gonna clean this up a little bit. I'm gonna come up with a naming convention that actually makes it feel
1 minute remaining.
more branded, that makes it feel like, and even put how many loads it takes care of inside the headline here. Yeah, clean up the product image, really make it this product image is, and for some reason it's not loading this. I'm gonna use that. And then another thing here while we're at it is consider the checkout options. So I've added cart, pay with PayPal, buy with Google Pay. Ask yourself the question, what are people actually checking out and purchasing with? I mean, if nobody uses one of these, then clean it up. Or if you can have these options in your cart, then you may not even need to have them here. And then it just cleans up the page even more. All right, Jake, anything you'd add to this?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you talked about the blue and white text. There's a lot of comments. I would agree with the light blue. I think when we screen share too, some of the color gets a little off, but the blue and white text does make it challenging.
They don't contrast super heavily.
Yeah. So there's just a quick comment there about, and the blue does match with the branding colors, to totally get it there. But if maybe we can get some more contrast, that'd be good.
Yeah, and one final thing I'm just gonna add here, like, hey, why did other people buy this? And then Steve M, to try it out. Steve, no one asked you. No, I'm just messing. So if it's to try it out, like I'm gonna ask, what are those no plastic waste? Great, so this actually benefits you by someone reading that, because if someone doesn't like the way, like thinks that other stuff has plastic waste, and Kathy says this, then it shows that yours isn't, and it's indirectly persuading somebody. But just to try it out, most people aren't probably incentivized by that, so I'm gonna really think through how could we leverage this to improve the objections that people might have when they're reading the page. All right. Rock and roll, everyone give it up for Spot. Let's go ahead and add some cleaning emojis in there. Cleaning emojis in there. Heck yeah.
There's
all right.
bubble emojis? I don't know.
I don't know. There are bubble emojis.
Is there dryer sheet emojis?
And we're saving the food for last, because after this,
closest to lunch.
brings us right into lunchtime. Yes. The LeMay. I hope I'm saying that right. The LeMay Family Farms.
Let's see. And the LeMay family farms in the house. If you are, let us know. It'd be awesome.
Ugh.
Let's check it out though.
Brussels sprouts and meat and all right. Scale of 1 to 10. Do we know what's being sold here? How to take action. Who would probably buy this?
Me right now.
Besides all of us
Still in
right now,
CTV
because
right
we're
now.
all super hungry and it's
LeMay
12:45.
family farms is in the house. Cool.
There
Rock
we
and roll.
go.
Well, let's make everybody hungry. What is
All right.
it? How do we take action? Love it. Let's see here. 7 as far as interesting. Okay.
What would you give this, Jake?
I would probably. It's hard because it's like you want to make assumptions, but I try not to make assumptions based on, you know what I mean? But I would probably rate this, honestly, like a 4.
Yeah.
I'd probably give this a 4. It looks like we have more 7, 6, 7s, 9. So we have some higher ratings. Maybe I was too brutal on mine, but I would give this a 4 personally.
So I'm probably gonna give this like a 5. 4 or 5. And the reason why is because I still right above the fold, I'm not very confident what's actually being sold here. Let me go to mobile. I want to see if mobile changes this.
Maybe the ratings that people coming because we talked about it a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah.
Maybe if we just slap that up there, I'd be curious.
So right above the fold, we don't have a call to action. We really need that. Most people, if you look at heat maps, 50%-ish do not scroll. They do not go this far down. They stay right here. So first thing I'm gonna do is right above the fold, I'm going to have a call to action. Are we trying to get them to shop? Are we trying to get them to secure their, I think, if I'm assuming, I'm gonna assume you buy like a quarter or a half cow.
I didn't even make it that. So maybe we're selling cutting boards and bowls and whatnot.
Yeah, so we like to play the extreme. So if I'm looking at this, is this like a meal delivered to my house from your farm with Brussels sprouts and veggies and meat and the garnishings that you have on there, or garnishments you have on there, from our pasture to your table? So I have to then make a lot of assumptions. And when people have to make assumptions, they're pretty bad at making assumptions. And so we like to make it as clear as possible. If we're focusing on the meat, then I'm gonna focus on the actual meat. Like I'm gonna really lean into how do we show our cuts and how do we show what we have to offer here. And I wanna have a call to action, and I wanna have a headline here that really clarifies that. So I'm going to come in, call to action, maybe even clarify the featured image a little bit better, clarify the headline on the homepage. I'm going to clarify the free shipping in the threshold up top. So is there free shipping? I don't know quite yet. We'll find out as we keep going here. I want a bar up top that really shows, hey, free shipping on all orders, or is it included, or is there additional shipping? What does that actually look like? I'm gonna clarify that. And then I'm even gonna ask the questions like, hey, there's a lot going on up here. FAQs about us. These are junk drawer items. I'm gonna throw it down there. Free freezer. I'm not sure what this is, but I'm gonna consider
Click it and you get a free freezer delivered to your house.
Yeah. So I'm gonna clarify this a little bit. The logo here, as a side note, is a JPEG, so that's why you have the square box here. I'm gonna say, hey, how do we have like a white version of the logo where it's like, it's just all of this and it's just white, and then it just bleeds into the green and has this more luxurious feel to it. Home, I'll remove that because most people know they can click on the logo. If you want my design feedback, I would shift the logo to the left side and then have the navigation here. I'm gonna remove login because most people don't come to your site to log in. If they are getting to their account, most of them have a link to get there. Social media, these things I'm gonna throw in the junk drawer. Because most people are coming to find the most important stuff, which is what do you have to actually offer? Which means instead of shop now, look at all this. Steaks and ribs, roast/large cuts, ground beef,
Holy moly.
both beef. So these right here, other than I probably wouldn't do gift cards, these are solid navigation items. So I could get right to where I need to go right out of the gates. So without having to click into shop now, because this is now another click down in another layer. And so I'm gonna do that. Clarify above the fold from our pasture to your table. By the way, this is a fantastic headline. Let's throw this headline up here, but make the image a little bit larger, right? And let's say from our pasture to your table, and then have that shop now button. So shop now, I'd move all this stuff up. We have an image here. I want to call attention to some of your collections. So like you have steaks and ribs. Like, why don't we showcase some steak and rib collections and options that we have there on that page? Oh man, and we got fajitas over here too. It's really lunchtime.
Well, what was the difference of like a beef package and then packages? You know what I mean? So
yes,
like there's the clarification there. Do I want beef packages or normal packages? What's the difference?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time on this homepage lengthening it, because you saw a little bit higher priced item here, and when you're higher ticket, we really want to get people to connect with like, hey, this is our farm and we're gonna deliver this straight to you. It's gonna be right from our pasture to your table. We work with allfreshseafood.com, and their whole thing is from dock to door. So from their docks to your door. I love from your pasture to your table. And it's great, it's easy to understand. I'm gonna focus on this, but if this is like a family, right? Can we show the family? Can we show the family maybe with an image on the left-hand side and then a headline on the right with like a description and how long this family's been, or this farm has been in your family, and why you do what you do. And then you start to humanize your brand and connect with people a little more.
1 minute
and
remaining.
Then while you're on the page, you're showing some collections and some of different products that you have to offer that people can click in and read more and then add to their cart.
Jose, because you can buy meat anywhere. I mean, you can get the stuff in the supermarket. You can get, it's just like, again, why would we buy it here? And yeah, for sure, showcasing that would be huge.
Yeah, farm raised, pasture raised. In Northwest Louisiana, we offer free shipping on all. Oh, perfect, there it is. There's the answer. Free shipping on all orders. That's just right above the fold. That's what I would do. From our family to yours, we put a lot of hard work and careful attention into each animal. We hope you enjoy the baby smiles. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on this homepage a lot. I'm gonna really say, hey, how do I really emphasize our story and talk about the quality of what we do? And then clean up above the fold so we get people to find where they're going a lot faster than if they have to click on shop now. This is good stuff though.
What is that
man,
free freezer? Did we ever figure that out?
Oh yeah, I mean, let's find out. Free freezer.
What happens when we click that? Do we actually get a free freezer, or is that, I'm assuming some
Hold on
sort
a
of
second. Yeah, how does this work?
giveaway?
Get a free freezer and a free Instant Pot with your purchase of a quarter beef package. Oh, there's an offer with this. That's pretty great actually. Quarter beef package will fill your freezer with 110 pounds of, oh, this is great. Yeah, this is pretty good.
Wait,
See,
so I
I feel like
literally
you'd be
get,
running ads.
if I buy a quarter beef package, I literally get a free freezer and Instapot? Like, that's
Yeah,
just
and
the offer?
I'm actually going to lean into reviews and also put a headline here of like what this quarter beef package includes: free freezer and free Instant Pot. I'm gonna give you real fast while we're here. Let me give you an inspiration. I think it's Heartland Farms. Let me just find out. Wait, hold on.
we're starting to get off into like the ad set, because so even Candy Wong in here said that would be a great ad, starting to get into like offers and stuff like that.
All natural farm raised beef. Wait, hold on, maybe this isn't the right one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I cannot find the one that I'm looking for. There's another one that is actually. If I find it, I'll have to post it in the group. Yeah, they were in our community not too long ago. And anyway, if I find it, I'll have to post it in the group. Okay, we're trying one more. Maybe this is it. This is not it. I'm sorry, couldn't find it. But they have a great job of like, they have 3,000-4,000 reviews on their products. I'm gonna encourage you to like productize like the product pages of those. It looks like you're on Squarespace. I might be wrong just based on the little logo. So you might be a little bit limited in some of the options that you have. But I'm gonna really lean into the homepage and then those product pages. Make them look like product pages and make the add to carts a little bit easier to call attention to for people to check out.
Really, sorry. Covey Rise Farms is one that I actually follow personally.
How do you spell that?
Covey, C-O-V-E-Y, Rise Farms. Go to their page really quick. They got some pretty cool stuff going on.
Are they from Ohio?
Yeah, they're local actually. They're local to us. But we follow them on there. But they got some.
From our farm to your table.
You see, you got the video like you show.
Shop our meats. Perfect.
Showing the family, and I'm like, heck yeah. So. Yeah, they were just one that popped to mind when we were watching.
Yeah, show the cuts. Like, this is perfect. Show the cuts right on the table, right in a cast iron skillet. Weekly specials, the Covey Club.
But yeah, they were a local farm, and then they decided to go e-com, and yeah, really cool.
Sweet. Love it. All right. Well, hey, everyone, it's so good to see all of you. I know we only have 5 minutes left here, but if you want the website grading scales, just drop grading scale in the chat. Our team will get that over to you. And then other than that, happy Thursday. Happy January 11th. Happy birthday, Kelsey. We'll see all of you next week. If you did not check out YouTube, we dropped 2 YouTube videos yesterday on Advantage Plus shopping campaigns, and then also how we optimize and how we scale them. Go check out the E-commerce Alley YouTube. Listen to the podcast. There's a lot of good stuff that's releasing. We're releasing something on Monday about the Stanley Cups that everybody has been raving over. And I've kind of broken down what happened there and how you can apply that to your business.
That's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, it'll be really good. So good to see everybody. Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next week. Peace out.